Welcome to another episode of The Other Side. This is part 2 of our 2-part Silent Hill, and redundancy is redundant.
You really like that axe, don't you?
I absolutely love this axe. I think it makes me look threatening. Doesn't it make me look a little threatening? Anyway, in part 1 we talked about the games, the franchise that was Silent Hill. Is Silent Hill. I say was because with the cancellation of the last game, hey, I'm not sure if it's going to continue. I certainly hope it does. But with the games, something I forgot to mention last time is why I found those games so frightening, why I think they're so good, is because the motivations for your character, for your protagonist, are very simple. These aren't world-ending problems you deal with in Silent Hill. These are very personal problems that you deal with, and I think that's why it resonated with me and other fans, is it really makes it personal. It's not this big global thing, or this Resident Evil, if we let this escape, you know, the world is gonna end, or Dead Space, you know, the necromorphs are gonna destroy the planet Earth. This is just, you know, a guy looking for his daughter, you know, a husband looking for his wife, a daughter out for revenge. These are very personal stories.
With some very flawed characters.
With some very flawed characters. I mean, they're definitely the most realistic characters that you get in most video games. And then from there we went to comic books, which, you know, it's impressive to me always to see a property transcend the medium in which it started in. And we had some good comics in Silent Hill.
There was, yeah, Sinner's Reward, Past Life, Dying Inside, Among the Damned, and even Downpour, an adaptation from the video game, made it into comics.
Yes, which doesn't surprise me, because as I said last time, Downpour, while not the best game, did have one of the best, most coherent stories that did intrigue me.
And it's interesting, because of the artwork and stuff, that creepiness from the video games does transfer well into the comics. So you should check them out. And
I also liked how in the comics they kind of gave Pyramid Head a pseudo backstory. They kind of explained the lore of how he keeps popping up, you know, because I mentioned last time how his appearance in Homecoming weakened his presence in Silent Hill 2. These comics kind of give a reason of why he's there. He's the town's punisher. He's the judge, jury, and executioner. If you step out of line, Pyramid Head is going to punish you.
So we go from the games, and finally...
in 2006, we get Silent Hill the movie. Silent Hill the movie is the best video game adaptation that has ever been made. You can tell from the camera angles in this movie, the soundtrack, which with the exception of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire, is pulled straight from the games. This was a perfect example of a director and a writer that had an actual respect and appreciation for the property they were doing. You could see it in every shot. You know, really my only complaint with that movie is the changing of the protagonist from Harry Mason to Sharon De Silva. Not that I think, you know, Radha Mitchell did a bad job. I think she's a great actress, does a good character. I just didn't like his reasoning for, well, this seemed like a maternal story. Hey, my daughter disappears in a creepy-ass town. I'm looking for her. Either way, though, the movie was flawless in so many ways. Just a perfect video game movie.
That was some, you know, the last time I just watched it recently before we did this episode, and the fact that you had 2 strong female leads.
Yes!
You know.
Yes, definitely.
Laura Holden.
Yeah, it's Sybil. Oh, yeah, it's Sybil. You know, it was good. I thought Sean Bean was a little underutilized in it. In fact, I kind of thought that whole side story, it was nice they included him, but with they were telling a pretty strong story in Silent Hill. I kind of thought his story didn't really fit. I loved the ending. It's a closed ending. It's open, you know, it's open to interpretation, but it's an actual ending. You know, did she even return? You know, what's going on? Is she still in Silent Hill? Is she in a dream world that the demon girl has created?
So if you don't know what the hell we're talking about, this family picks up this girl adopts a girl.
Yes.
And she keeps drawing pictures of this.
Yes, when she reaches, actually it's when she reaches the age of, isn't it 10, when the Alessa, who, now, stay with me for a moment, there was a girl named Alessa Gillespie. This cult thought she was a witch because she was born without a father. I mean, she had a father, obviously, but nobody knew who he was, so she was evil, so they decided to purge her of her evil, they would burn her alive. Because, you know, that makes sense, I guess. Anyway, she's so hurt and distraught, she survives, that she manifests these psychic powers, and she drags the town of Silent Hill into a personal hell of her own, and then her spirit is divided, and all the good in her becomes a baby that this couple adopts.
I really wasn't going to get that complex with this.
Well, the reason I had to is because it's the same story from Silent Hill, the game. She has the same backstory, and that's how much attention to detail they paid.
So you have to watch the movie to see how it ends. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but that's pretty much the premise.
It's definitely worth seeing. If you like the games, if you've never seen it somehow, check it out. And then it was so good that it was honestly the first video game movie, actually, really, with the exception of maybe Resident Evil, the only video game movie that, when it was done, I couldn't wait for the sequel. I thought, what are they going to do? Are we going to see James Sunderland? Are we going to see that dark-ass story, which would have translated perfectly to a movie, by the way? Or are we going to see Silent Hill 3, which would be logical because it is the completion of the girl's story. And that's what we got in 2012.
Yay.
It took 6 years to make this sequel, and I'm not going to explain why. You can look it up. This sequel went through so many problems, it's almost like the game franchise knew what was going to happen.
But it was in 3D.
It was in 3D! And it was called Revelation. And the revelation was, don't make any more fucking Silent Hill movies. That's the revelation I got. Silent Hill 3 had a pretty coherent story. Not as tightly put together as Silent Hill 2, but I was still looking forward to it. Now, this movie has horrible acting, horrible writing, with the exception of the mannequin monster, which is genuinely flipping creepy.
I thought it started off all right.
It started off
the acting, you were like, okay, but you're kind of,
yeah, it was
maybe it's gonna get better.
Yeah, it was following the story of Silent Hill 3, and I thought, hey, if you keep to the plot line, you should be okay. So
does Pyramid come to the rescue?
Pyramid Head gets into.
Would it have been good? Would it have been as good if it just, the two
if they had stuck
girls fought it out?
If they had stuck to if they had just stuck to the damn plot of Silent Hill 3, it would have been better. If they had put Valtiel, I might have said that wrong, but I think that's his name. If they had put him in the movie, there's a statue of him behind Sean Bean, but he's not actually in the movie. If they had put him in the movie, it might have been better. But no, we do the fan service because it's the only thing we got going for us.
The wussification.
It was what was from the trailer. We have Pyramid Head. And now, what role does Pyramid Head play in this movie? No, in this one, he is the daddy figure to Alessa.
He's a bodyguard.
He's a bodyguard. And he gets into a fucking sword fight. Now, while I'm pretty sure that Super Mario Brothers and Mortal Kombat Annihilation are currently fighting it out in hell for the worst non-Yui Bowl movie ever made, but I am also equally sure that Silent Hill Revelations 3D is standing on the sidelines waiting to challenge the winner because this movie is a complete piece of dog shit. Is there another mist coming?
I got a bad feeling about this. What's happening?
Dude, you're transparent.
This is no time to talk about my person. No!
Well, here we go again. No,